A lovely spot, isn't it?
Yes, it is. More tea?
Please, dear.
Here you are.
In 1938, when most Americans still thought of road travel as something temporary and practical, the 1938 vagabond dared to imagine something radically different. It wasn't a camper, it wasn't a delivery truck, and it certainly wasn't an ordinary trailer. The vagabond was a fully self-contained rolling residence, engineered at a time when the very concept of living indefinitely on the open road was almost unheard of. Decades before the modern RV industry exploded into a cultural phenomenon, this machine quietly redefined what mobile freedom could look like. At the heart of the Vagabond was a custom REO cab-over engine tractor, chosen for its durability, compact footprint, and mechanical reliability. REO, already respected for building sturdy commercial vehicles, provided the perfect foundation for a vehicle intended to carry not just cargo, but a complete lifestyle. The cab-over configuration maximized usable length, allowing more space for the living quarters, while keeping the overall footprint manageable. It was a thoughtful engineering decision, long before efficiency of space became a buzzword. But what truly set the 1938 Vagabond apart was its companion, the Curtiss Aerocar trailer. Inspired by aviation design principles and built with an eye toward aerodynamics, the Aerocar didn't resemble the boxy trailers of its era. Its smooth, rounded aluminum body echoed the streamlined shapes of 1930s aircraft, reflecting America's fascination with speed, flight, and technological progress. The Curtiss name carried aviation prestige, and that spirit of innovation translated directly into the trailer's construction. This wasn't a flimsy caravan meant for short holidays. The Vagabond and its Aerocar were conceived as a traveling home for extended journeys, possibly even indefinite travel. Inside, the trailer offered genuine residential comfort. Sleeping quarters were thoughtfully arranged to maximize privacy and practicality. The interior featured built-in cabinetry, compact yet functional kitchen facilities, and carefully designed storage compartments that made long-term living not only possible but comfortable. In an era when roadside motels were still developing and interstate highways had yet to exist, the idea of carrying your home with you was revolutionary. The Vagabond embodied a spirit of independence that predated the post-war RV boom by more than a decade. It allowed its occupants to move freely across the country without sacrificing dignity or comfort. Everything needed for daily life traveled with them. The engineering philosophy behind the Vagabond was forward-thinking. Weight distribution between the REO tractor and the Aerocar trailer was carefully considered to ensure stable towing. The streamlined body reduced drag, improving efficiency at cruising speeds. Even the materials reflected aviation influence, with lightweight metals helping offset the substantial equipment carried inside. This blend of automotive strength and aerospace inspiration made the Vagabond one of the most advanced road-living solutions of its time. Visually, the 1938 Vagabond projected confidence and sophistication. The REO cab, with its upright stance and commanding driving position, gave the rig a purposeful look. Behind it, the polished, rounded Aerocar trailer shimmered in sunlight, its curves hinting at motion even when parked. It looked less like a recreational vehicle and more like a futuristic transport unit straight out of a World's Fair exhibitionist. Step inside, and the sense of permanence became clear. Unlike early travel trailers that often felt temporary or improvised, the Aerocar's interior was built with craftsmanship in mind. Wood paneling added warmth. Upholstered seating provided comfort during long stays. The kitchen area included essential appliances of the period, enabling travelers to prepare meals independently. There was thoughtful separation between living and sleeping spaces, creating a genuine sense of home. Water storage systems, basic plumbing, and electrical provisions were integrated to support extended stays away from civilization. For 1938, this level of autonomy was remarkable. While most Americans relied on fixed residences and urban infrastructure, the Vagabond offered the possibility of mobility without dependency. It anticipated a future where the road itself could become a permanent address. The timing of its creation is especially fascinating. The late 1930s were marked by economic recovery following the Great Depression. Travel was slowly becoming more accessible, yet the infrastructure was still evolving. Against this backdrop, the Vagabond appeared as a bold experiment in self-reliant travel. It suggested that freedom was not just about reaching a destination, but about carrying your own world wherever you went. There was also a certain elegance to the way the Vagabond merged two industries. The REO tractor represented American automotive resilience. The Curtiss Aero car embodied the optimism of aviation. Together, they formed a hybrid vision of mobility that transcended categories. It was neither purely commercial nor purely recreational. It was something entirely new. Driving such a machine in 1938 would have been an event. The cab-over REO placed the driver high above the road, offering commanding visibility. Steering a vehicle of this size required skill and patience, yet the payoff was unparalleled freedom. Arriving at a remote destination, uncoupling, and settling into a fully furnished living space would have felt almost magical in an era when travel typically meant packing and unpacking at every stop. The Vagabond also symbolized social status. Owning and operating such a vehicle required resources. It was not designed for mass production or casual weekend trips. Instead, it appealed to visionaries, individuals, who valued independence and were willing to invest in innovation. In that sense, it foreshadowed today's luxury motorhomes and custom expedition vehicles. From a design perspective, the Aero car's rounded silhouette remains timeless. Modern RV designers continue to prioritize aerodynamics and lightweight construction, principles already present. In 1938, the Vagabond demonstrated that efficiency and style could coexist. Its aviation-inspired curves were not merely decorative. They served a practical purpose. Over time, vehicles like the Vagabond became rare, survivors of a forgotten chapter in automotive history. As the post-war RV industry standardized production and simplified designs for mass markets, early experimental creations faded into obscurity. Yet enthusiasts and historians recognize the 1938 Vagabond as a pioneer. It represents a transitional moment when engineers dared to rethink what a road vehicle could be. Today, looking back at the Vagabond is like peering into an alternate timeline. Imagine if this concept had been scaled earlier. If long-term road living had become mainstream before the 1950s, the cultural landscape might have evolved differently. The Vagabond hinted at possibilities that society would only fully embrace decades later. Its legacy lies not in mass adoption, but in inspiration. Modern van life movements, luxury RV conversions, and overland expedition rigs all echo the same core idea. Autonomy, mobility, and self-contained comfort. The Vagabond achieved that balance long before GPS navigation, solar panels, or digital connectivity. Ultimately, the 1938 Vagabond with the Curtiss Aero car was more than a vehicle. It was a philosophy on wheels. It challenged assumptions about permanence and travel. It merged automotive engineering with aviation innovation. And it delivered something extraordinary for its time, the ability to wander indefinitely without ever leaving home behind. In a world that often measures progress by speed and horsepower, the Vagabond reminds us that true innovation sometimes lies in redefining how we live. Long before highways stretched coast to coast, before rest stops and RV parks dotted the map, this rolling residence quietly proved that the road could be both journey and destination. The 1938 Vagabond wasn't normal. It wasn't supposed to be.
Yes,
it was visionary, bold, and decades ahead of its era. And in doing so, it's an forward-thinking, mobile residences ever built.